Hi, I'm Dave Howie with Layton Broadcasting, and today we have Christy Lausch with us, one of the Board of Director members that is here with the Humane Society of Otter County. Christy, thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
So give us an overview of what the mission is for the Humane Society.
Well, the Humane Society of Otter County was established in a barn 44 years ago with a bank account of $37.50, and we have since grown into an entity that this county can be very proud of. We take in approximately 900 dogs and cats annually, and we do that work 365 days a year, so it's quite a big job for the county. And I think one thing people don't realize is that we do serve all 62 townships and the 13 municipalities of the county, and you'll see our shelter van in a community near you every week.
What are the ways that the service is being provided by the Humane Society, I should say?
Well, we take in strays and abandoned animals, and we also do a lot of trap, spay, and neuter of feral cats. Last spring we did a project in Clitheroe where we trapped, spayed, and neutered 72 feral cats. And we're working in Parker's Prairie right now and currently in some other communities, so that's part of our focus. We don't have the luxury where we pick and choose the animals we take in like some adoption or rescue organizations do. We go out on social worker calls, and we just had a situation where we were called by social workers to meet them at 9 o'clock at night and removed 4 small dogs from a home where it was an elderly person who could no longer care for the dogs or herself. And I think one misconception people have is that when there's a hoarding situation or where a lot of animals are seized out of a property, that the animals were not loved and cared for. But often it's a lot of underlying mental health issues and cognitive decline. On Big Pine Lake, we removed 31 cats out of a person's home after a welfare check. So those are the kinds of things that I think people don't realize. They think we serve the animals, but they forget that we also serve the people connected to them.
And when you talk about getting referrals and for instance, the Human Services or other organizations, that certainly is that tie-in.
Correct.
Our pets are part of our family too.
Correct, and that's been a big eye-opener for me in the 6 years that I've served on the board. Is I always say our staff, we have a staff of 9 people, 5 full-time and 4 part-time, and I always say they should have honorary social work degrees for the situations that they encounter. It is difficult, and whether you're a dog person, a cat person, you're a community person, and you need to be involved and you need to care about what happens at the Otter County Humane Society.
You know, the services you're talking about, Christy, are not an inexpensive service.
Correct.
Where do you get your funding from?
Well, we are a totally independent, nonprofit, 501c3. We rely on donations from people like you. And we have an annual operating budget of $380,000. And we have a very solid group of supporters, loyal supporters that help us make that annual operating budget. And we are fiscally sound, financially responsible. But we just recently have kicked off a large capital campaign to expand the shelter. It's a $2 million capital campaign, and we're about halfway there. We're just under $1 million, so we're pretty proud of that so far. But I always say this is going to be a project that is going to take every human in the county to step up. And whether you've never given us a donation or maybe you're never going to give us another one in the future, we need people to step up for this expansion project because it's an ask of a whole different level than what our regular annual operating budget is.
I think it's important to triple underscore something you said earlier too, that the Humane Society is for all of Otter County. So do consider for making a contribution in some way. There's a fun way to do that coming up on June 2nd.
Yeah, we're super excited. The Goose Group has agreed to partner with us on Friday, June 2nd, all day long. They're giving 100% of sales of coffee from the Nest and popcorn at Goose Gang and cold brews at Disgruntled that evening. So sales all day long, 100% will be donated to our shelter expansion project.
someone watching maybe can't make that June 2nd commitment, but would like to make a contribution, how can they go about that?
Well, you could visit our website at humanesocietyotc.org/build. It will show you all about the capital campaign, what we are proposing, why we need the additional space. We need increased medical treatment rooms and pulley doors for the dogs to get out, and just a lot of needs. So you can go online, you can find out more about the shelter expansion, and and we'll be at the Nest and Goose Gang and Disgruntled that day too with our information. So,
Christy, you have shared with me, and you can see over our heads here the proposal, and it just sounds like a terrific service that's being provided, one that's needed. My gosh, the numbers you're talking about here just in Otter Tail County. And so the facility is going to help make that happen to rise to the need.
Right, and online you can do a one-time donation, or you can make a pledge. And obviously every donation matters. I put the pencil to it one day, and if you gave $10 a month for 25 months, or $250 times 4,000, that's $1 million. That gets us to our goal. So can you do that? That's what we're looking at, is people to walk with us for the next 2 to 3 years and get this project done.
All right. We're talking to Christy Lausch from the Humane Society of Otter Tail County, the expansion project. Don't forget about June 2nd. Get that on your calendar. And thanks for watching. And for the future, thanks for helping.
Yep. Thank you.